morning and welcome to Debbie's Grill, where we talk about issues that concern the state, void of politics, fear, and favor. Looks like of late, interesting stuffs are coming up. Now, yesterday, Parliament was in session, and then there is a levy that has been brought on board. 1 cedi fuel levy. Now, 1 cedi fuel levy Unjustified and Burdensome. This is an energy analyst. So the executive director of the Center for Environment and Sustainable Energy, Benjamin Insia, has raised strong concerns over the government's newly approved 1 fuel levy, describing it as aggressive, uncreative, and detrimental to already strained consumers. He questioned the government's continued reliance on petroleum taxes to address financial gaps in the energy sector. He argued that whilst the fuel levy is expected to raise 5.7 billion to support the energy sector obligations, it merely adds to the history of ineffective fiscal interventions that fail to resolve the sector's structural inefficiencies. So, Parliament yesterday was in session, and then the Finance Minister, Dr. GHZI�1, made it known that they are introducing a 1 cedi levy, which means that every Ghanaian is going to pay that 1 cedi levy. And that levy is going to help curb doomsday or power outages we are experiencing in this country. Now, I wouldn't say it's a bad move. It's in a good direction. But is it going to be one of the methods we've had? Because this is how e-levy started. They told us that e-levy is going to generate about billions of cedis for this country. And they told us that that money is going to be projected into the development of the country. And because of that, they closed down toll booths. Now, we paid e-levy. Almost everyone paid e-levy. Even if you're a child born today and you are asked to go and transact money or send money to someone, you will still be charged with e-levy. Now, we paid that money for almost 3 to 4 years, but we saw nothing. If we will be sincere with ourselves, we saw nothing. Now, we've noticed that of late, there are power outages here and there. And this is what the majority is bringing on board, that they are introducing a 1 cedi levy. So automatically, when you go to buy fuel, they deduct the 1 cedi from it. And just imagine the total population of Ghanaians in the country. So if everyone is supposed to pay 1 cedi, what they are saying is that we are going to get 5.7 billion. And that will be used, to minimize the ongoing power outages in the country. And we all know that these power outages have, come with a negative impact on the country, especially people who rely on it 24/7. And I would say almost 90% of the citizens of this country rely on the energy. We rely on, lights for almost everything. So with the 1 cedi levy, it is good, but is it going to execute its intended purposes? Or is one of the political talks we've had over the previous years? Because this is not something new to us. We've had something of this sort occasionally, and then we saw nothing. No one even accounted to us. Since this, with the 11, they never even accounted to us when they started it, then the money they've acquired from it, what they've used the money for. And they never even inquire from the citizens whether what they claim they've used the money from, we have seen it or we have benefited from it. And so with this 1% or 1 cedi levy that the majority has proposed to Parliament, that Ghanaians are supposed to pay so that we curb or we bring an end to doomsday in the country, Is it going to stop doomsor, or is going to the money will be used to pay for the for the debt we own in the energy sector, and still we are going to experience doomsor? Are they going to be accountable to us? That, okay, fine, we brought this 1 cedi levy. This is the money we've gotten so far out of the 5.7 billion we've said, or we've purported to get. And this is what we've used it to do. Are we going to see something of that sort? And are they sure that this 5.7 billion is totally going to bring down doomsor? Because we will be very shocked, and I personally wouldn't be so much surprised if at the end of all this levy and we still not see an end to doomsor. Then there'll be a question. What was that money used to do? But someone will say, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. With the 1 cedi levy, as I said earlier on, it's not bad. But if this is what you are bringing on board, then please ensure that as the citizens are going to pay for this 1 cedi levy, we experience its benefits. Because when we pay for this 1 cedi levy, and then at the end of the day, doomsor still continues, then it means the money is going to the pocket of one person. And it's also pointing out to one thing, that all these political officials are the same. And doomsor, as I said, is one of the critical issues that the country is battling with as it stands now. Sitting here, we cannot even detect. The light can just go off anytime it wants, and then come back anytime it wants. And this is because, according to the energy sector, we owe some sum of money which we are supposed to pay. And if the only solution out is for us to pay a levy, a 1 cedi levy, you see, we see the 1 cedi levy as something less, but trust me, it's a huge money. Because if out of this 1 cedi levy we are going to be getting like 5.7 billion, then it is a huge money. But what we are seeking for is that the money is used for its intended purpose. Even if along the way, there are some hitches somewhere, we should be aware, or they should create our notice that yes, this is the sum of money we said we want, or this is the sum of money we are thinking to get, but then at the end of the day we didn't get such. And as I said, I wouldn't be so much surprised if at the end of the day we still hear the normal stories we've been hearing. So please, if you're going to take 1 cedi levy, and that 1 cedi levy is to stop doomsor, then we are looking forward to that. But mind you, we are also keeping our eyes on it. From now till when the 1 cedi will start to have an effect on us. That is, from when we will start paying this 1 cedi levy, we are also expecting that from that day, we will see no doomsor. And we want to have a clear mind. If this 1 cedi we are going to pay is totally going to stop doomsor, or we are paying it and then for 3 months, we will experience no doomsor, and after 3 months, we'll see another doomsor. So please, we are watching. And we are definitely going to hold you accountable for that. If after paying all this money, we still experience doomsor in the country. Thank you for making time with me on Debbie's Grill.